This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by
NordVPN. Get advanced security, internet freedom, and complete privacy. Save 73% off the 2-year plan plus 4 months free with code MMANUTS. Wild Alaskan Company. Healthy, affordable, convenient fish sent right to your door. Save $25 off with code BIGFISH25. Liquid Web, one of the top hosting providers around. Save 55% off hosting for 3 months with code BIGFOOT. Tire Buyer. Buy tires online, get them shipped for free to an installer of your choice. Save 12% off with code MMA12. Defense Soap. Everyday soaps for everybody. Use code MMANUTS to save 15% off your order.
Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 679.
679.
My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Gross, MMA Show. By my fans, for my fans, walk the line between serious and ridiculous. What's happening?
Nothing. I have liquid this time. Go me.
What kind of liquid? You Lyoto Machida drinking your own pissage?
Yes, clear piss.
That's what it's all about. That means you're super hydrated. Now you're rehydrating. You're super hydrated.
Extra hyper hydrated.
That's right. It's like giving yourself face aids.
Good Lord. Exactly like that. Yes.
Couldn't be any more right.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? Where do you want to start?
Suck a little Bears. They won.
Bears.
2-2.
That's
2-2.
right. They're gonna win 10.
I'm still saying 9. I might even downgrade that to 8. I mean,
What?
you look at the stats. They're not impressive. 200 some passing total yards. I mean, 130 passing, 130 rushing. That's all defense, you know?
Well, here's the thing, Ingo. They have weapons, right? You have an elite defense. You have the best punter in the league that was pinning the other team consistently. And you have Caleb Williams at quarterback, who's consistently getting better every week, even though he doesn't have the offensive line protection that he always should. But he just keeps going up and up with his completion percentage, no interceptions, processing better, hitting like tough plays, like tight windows with passes.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive. So it's good. And Justin Fields, and I don't know why people have to keep making this comparison. Like, oh my God, we should have kept him. And it didn't work out. He needed to change the scenery. So
Yeah.
I hope he's successful over there. He's like 3-1 and he had a couple bad plays. I don't give a fuck. I hope he does great. The more games he plays, the better chance we have of turning a 6th-round pick into a 4th round. He just has to play 50% of the snaps or 51%. I forgot what the deal was, but so we're in a good trajectory here. I'm feeling it. 2-2 is good. Well, I think we got a couple easy games coming up where people are not so good that we're going to be playing also.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nothing but confidence builder for this team, right?
Oh yeah, confidence is key.
That's
I
right.
mean, we'll see. Well, let's see where they're at after 6 games. That'll be a good indicator.
True. And hopefully, I mean, I still don't like the coaches. I think you should fire
Eberflus.
Yeah, I think he should have been gone.
Seems like the wrong guy. Why don't we get Harbaugh? Come on.
Exactly. I was
No-brainer.
all on board for that. It made total sense. Bring him back. Bring him home.
Bring him home. Let's bring it back home to UFC. No,
That's
just
right.
kidding. MMA, I should say. What are we talking about?
Well, let's talk about this past weekend. There were some fights. Some shit happened. I was going to pull up some pictures here, because I want to show some of the fights, and I might have to blur some shit out. But so, yeah, Benoit Saint Denis, he did not fare very well.
Oh, good Lord. Ouch.
And he had a little stoppage because his face was fucking beat to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he fought Moicano. And Moicano at some point had this happen to him during the fight. Kept fighting.
Oh,
that doesn't
Lord.
look good, no?
Oh, broken collarbone?
I feel like that part is supposed to be attached to that part.
Yeah.
And you can see it protruding.
Ouch.
Like that could have gone right through his skin. Ooh, that would have been juicy. I haven't seen one of those. What's that called again when the bone goes through the skin on a broken bone? Is that a compound fracture?
Compound fracture? No, maybe. Compound is multiple, isn't it? Isn't this a different word?
Know. It's hot, whatever it is. You just need a bone protruding through the skin with a bunch of blood and guts and shit. That's hot.
You're out for blood.
I am.
Hmm?
Fucking Halloween's right around the corner. I'm trying to get into the spirit. And we had Eileen Perez. She had a little bit of a rough weight cut. She didn't make weight,
Huh.
but here's how she looked coming off the scale.
Yep.
Do you? I don't know if she's booty shaking there or not, but she's a booty
No, I mean,
shaker.
I was gonna post a longer video they have, but she looked like not okay. When she was standing up, and she was like thinking, like you could tell, yeah, she was just thinking about raising her arms, but just
Yeah,
wasn't sure if she could. I think she was like, if I do that, I don't know if I'm gonna go down. So
yeah.
it was, and then she,
Well, if you're the UFC or the athletic commission, do you let her fight if you see that? Like, or
I,
should they let her
I
fight?
think they give her a full medical checkup, but I mean, if she clears medical, then I guess yeah. But it seems,
Seems dangerous. And then we'll show Marab and her had another interaction.
oh.
Once again, it's good to be the champ, I guess, right?
It is.
I don't know what's going on there, but that's 2 in a row, 2 weekends
Mm, mm.
in a row. And I'm going to have to blur this one out, but uh, Eileen Perez, same woman, she got a sub. Let me make sure the sound's off here. I'm
How
going to
bad
have
is
to
it?
blur this out. No, she got an arm triangle. And then she decides to booty shake right in the woman's face
That
afterwards.
was excellent. Why do you have to blur out the booty shaking? That's totally fine.
No, because it's the UFC and they'll fucking
Oh,
give us one
no,
of them strikes.
we don't need a strike.
Yeah, that booty shaking reminds me of that Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. What movie's that from? Billy Madison.
Oh, that's it.
There's Chris Farley talking to
Okay.
Adam Sandler.
Haven't seen those in forever.
I remember that I think it was in college they were playing those nonstop.
Yeah.
And then just one other fight from that. I want to show this KO. God damn it. There was an epic knee, and I'm going to blur the shit out of this and we'll share the screen here. But you don't get to see knees like those
Oh,
and
damn.
your fucking head bounce off the canvas.
Nasty.
This is for us, Aziam. Oh, one more
Really
time.
nasty. Just right into
He
it.
just got shut off. And when the head bounces, that's the best. That's where you get the CTE from. That
Yeah.
bounce, that nice sweet bounce. It probably sounded awesome too.
It's gonna have a headache for a while after that one.
Mm, a little bit. It depends if you believe in CTE or not. A lot of these fighters don't. I forget which one was just recently saying he doesn't believe in it. Might have been
Blasphemy. No, that doesn't exist.
BJ Penn.
Yes.
He had posted some shit. I don't know how to bring it up because, like, oh man, that guy's on a tangent. We should talk about some sponsors. Let's get this.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, guys, it's the best time of year. Football's back. Talking NFL Sundays, college football
True.
Saturdays, and that glorious grind of fantasy football lineups. This is where your inner GM comes alive, setting the perfect fantasy roster, screaming at your TV, and making last-minute waiver moves that either make you a hero or the guy everyone ridicules in the group chat.
But listen, while you're over here making sure your fantasy team is dialed in, don't let your personal grooming become the guy that gets left on the bench. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to fumble their grooming routine. And there's a bunch of words. And let me just say, it's all about keeping it clean, high and tight. Use it on your beard. Use it wherever you need to. Manscaped.
Yes. And remember, you can get 20% off and free shipping with code MMANUTS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code MMANUTS at manscaped.com. Stay on top of your grooming game and be ready for anything the season throws your way.
That's right. You can join like 10 million men worldwide using Manscaped. You can be 10 million in one. Don't get left out in the cold because winter is coming.
Yes. But
I
is
miss
it
those days
coming?
where winter is coming.
Is it
Right?
coming?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Ah, you scare me. Tom Cruise. This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. Does Blue Chew
Yes.
work? If you're asking that question, we want you to know that Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is by giving you 1 month free.
What?
Yeah.
Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra. Levitra,
Did you
sorry, at
take
a
them all
fraction
at the
of.
same time?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
If
That's
you
bad.
probably end up in the hospital. The
That's
process
probably
is
not right.
simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Best part, it's all done online, and Blue Chew tablets are always made in the USA. It means no
That's what it's
visits to
about.
the doctor office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line. Pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night. You can plan ahead and be ready whenever opportunity arises.
That's right. And Blue Chew wants men rock hard. They told me that's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised.
Wow.
Discover your options at bluechew.com. You might want to chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. You can try Blue Chew free. You use our promo code NUTS at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code NUTS to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Hell yeah.
That, back to the show.
Back to the show. Let me see. Let's talk about, speaking of injuries, remember
Yes.
Irene Aldana from a couple
Yes.
weeks? We've been tracking this recovery
Yeah,
here.
I remember that gash.
I don't have the picture of the
a
gash, but
nasty
this is a
gash.
couple weeks removed, and look at how well she has healed.
What is she putting frosting on herself? Like, what was she holding her?
I don't know, but
Like
she's
a
gonna have a
frosting bag.
hell of a scar either way. You can tell.
Yeah, good for her. That is incredible. She's a goddamn Wolverina.
She might be Wolverina. I love
That's
it.
right. You got to
Not
add the
Wolverine.
A in for a lady. Let's see. Oh, this weekend, UFC 307. Let's take a look. Why are they serving me ads? Hang on. I'm gonna get out of all these ads. Here we go. Main card, Alex Pereira. I'm going with ours. I'm not paying a team. Hey, versus Khalil Roundtree. You know what's great about this fight, Ingo? No fucking takedowns. They're just gonna stand and bang it out. I love it. I love it. I don't give a shit if he's number 8 versus a champion. Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. I'm confused about how Pena is the underdog. To me, that doesn't make sense, but sometimes these betting fuckers are right. But I'm gonna say Pena. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, we didn't.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the main event? Who are you picking?
Oh, we'll come back then.
Okay, we'll come back.
Let's just look at the card. Jose Aldo, Caitlin Vieira, Kayla Harrison, Kevin Holland,
Dolizzi.
Yeah.
Stephen
Look at
Thompson
this one
on the
versus
undercard?
Buckley. Yes. How
Wow.
crazy is that?
Interesting.
Fucking insane.
Surprised he's not up higher in the...
Seriously. I didn't know OSP was still alive. He's still fucking going at it, man. Carla Esparza. And here's another crazy thing. This used to be Tisha Torres, right? Now it's Tisha Pennington and Raquel Pennington. I think that's her wife, right?
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that. Fighting on the same card.
Oh, yeah, God. that can be horrific if Pennington. Let me take it back. If Tisha loses, and then Raquel's got to deal with that. And then look at the last fight, or the first fight, however you want to look at it. Court McGee versus Tim Means. Holy shit. Another one. These guys are still fucking alive.
What are they, 95 between the two
Seriously.
of them?
Like Tim Dirty Bird Means versus Court McGee. Fucking hey, man. These guys have been fighting forever. But even when I say forever, that's like not forever. It's the second, third generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know I'm screaming. So where do you want to go? Main event? Fucking Pereira?
Yeah. I have probably what I'm gonna consider an unpopular pick, but I'm gonna go against Pereira. I'm gonna pick Roundtree, and here's why. I think the guy is amazingly explosive in the early stages of the fight, and he's got some killer Muay Thai. I think he can catch him. If they stay under 2 rounds, I think he wins by KO. If it goes anywhere past like round 1.5 or 2, I think he's in trouble, and he's probably going to end up getting knocked out. So
Well, I hope so. I mean, you would like to see a knockout one way or the other. I
Yeah.
know Pereira's training with Sean Strickland, which is interesting. Um, I
Is
like
he also
Pereira.
training with David Goggins?
Well, Sean was talking. I don't know if I have that video. He was talking so much shit on Goggins. Like, I will fuck your face. I'll literally fuck your face. I will fuck your shit up. Like, okay, man, it's easy. But as far as like someone to train with, probably a good guy to train with. But again, if we want to play Muay Thai and leg kicks and shit, I like Pereira's chances. What did you take? You took Roundtree with round two?
KO. I think round like the end of round one, early round two KO. I think it's gonna
Yeah, I
happen
mean, I
early.
feel that it's gonna go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Um, the odds are weird because Pereira's a pretty large favorite. He's minus 455. Roundtree's plus 450. I'm gonna take Pereira. Second round KO. Let's see a magic 8 ball. Will Pereira win? My sources say no. 8 ball is agreeing with you and taking Roundtree.
Oh,
So take
yes.
that.
Are we keeping track anymore? Probably
No.
not.
It's a lot of work. We just throw it out there. This Pennington Pena fight, I like Pena, and she's the underdog. I don't understand that, but she could be hit or miss, hot or cold. And Pennington, I feel like her biggest attribute is just she's tough as fuck.
Yeah. She is pretty tough. A lot of decision wins, in the last
Yeah,
six,
but I
seven.
mean that's like women's MMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately. Gotta get some knockouts in. You never know.
Seriously. And I'm just scrolling down. Look at this Kayla Harrison, Ketline Vera.
I hope Stephen Thompson gets a win here and gets another
He
run at,
should,
at the main card.
although he's the underdog.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I should bet this whole card.
Buckley's tough.
I'm gonna do like a 10 fight parlay.
Oh wow.
Just fuck it.
For $1 billion. I gotta
Yeah,
have 11 fights
it's
win.
so hard. Like betting on MMA is so difficult. Like
Yeah.
even when you know to even try to parlay winner versus winner, holy shit, it's hard. But I feel like I should just do it out of spite. Because there's always upsets. That's the problem. You can't just bet the favorites down the line. You're better off betting the way they finish a fight and picking a decision, because that's usually what happens a lot of the time, especially if you want to pick a women's fight. It can
Yeah.
be a decision, except this Kayla Harrison fight. She's a massive favorite too. So anyway, let's what else is happening?
Uh well, Clay Guida
Yes.
just booked a fight versus Chase Hooper, sorry.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna fight what is it? Uh
Someone's backyard.
no,
Like the Lozon brothers
where the hell's
at
the
their
fight?
family barbecue.
UFC 310. That's it.
Oh, I think that's the same card Nick Diaz got rescheduled to.
Yes, I actually did you see the Nick Diaz training footage?
Yes, please post.
Can I post that?
Yeah,
Can't
go
share
ahead.
sound because he's
No,
playing
they have
like some
music.
some music or whatever, some Limp Bizkit, but here he is. He's looking in great shape.
He
Love
does compared to I forgot how fucked up he was when he fought Robbie Lawler the second time.
it's pretty messed up, but
I think he had a back injury or something going on, and he had no
yeah,
money, so he basically took a fight and had to eat shit, unfortunately.
he
But
did.
yeah,
But
I mean, he looks good. I mean, when he's hitting the heavy bag, he's never going to go 100%, but he loves throwing to the body 100%. Like he just picks you apart with those pitter patter punches, and then he'll ring you up with a good one to the body, and then you're like, oh,
yeah. Well, they both have that style. They look like they're not really hitting you hard, but it's just volume. Just
yes, it's a lot of volume.
just a
And good
lot.
luck just taking it, because
The
sometimes
stamina meter just goes down and
yeah.
down.
He's like, pap, pap, pap. He's like 50, 50, 50, 50, 100 to the body, 50,
Yeah.
50, 50, 50, 50, 100 to the body. And then you're like, oh, fuck. And then you just It's brutal. You just
is.
it's cumulative. That shit adds up. You're right. It just takes that stamina straight down.
It sure does.
Let's see. PFL has a card coming out on the 19th. Let's take a look at this. They haven't announced what the pay-per-view rate is going to be.
Oh,
But yeah, this is at Ngannou Ferreira. And I do not like Ngannou's chances in this fight because he's been boxing for a little bit. And he had all that shit going on personally. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't know anything about the Ferreira guy, but he looks crazy and strong.
He's massive, yes. But Ngannou is too. I feel like he's been boxing too much and it's gonna be a detriment to him. Cyborg fighting.
Ooh.
Maybe her last fight. I know she's late 30s. She says she probably has one or two left in her. So
Yeah.
that's for the PFL title. I think that's the only belt that she hasn't actually won. She's won every fucking other name it. Strikeforce, Bellator, UFC. Fuck, I don't know. She's got a handful of them. Invicta.
Yeah.
And then another title fight. So, what do you think they should charge for this? This is the question.
Do we know what they charged previously? I'm thinking like 1995, but
I think that's the perfect rate, Ingo.
Maybe it's too low. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking $20, or less.
$20, I'm in. Anything else is blasphemy. You can fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. So, a couple good fights.
Well, speaking of heavyweights,
Yes.
Gane and Volkov is going to happen at UFC 310. I forgot about that. They just scheduled that rematch. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov.
I felt like that got canceled and rescheduled. So, which number is this one on?
310. Here, I got
310's got a lot of shit going on.
I got the little thingy here. Bing. December 7th. Apparently it's going to be a decent card.
Yeah, I want to pull that up. I want to see the full card. Let's see.
310.com.
Yeah. And once again, I want to say how much I fucking despise the UFC website.
Yeah, well, they only have 3 fights listed right now. So if you do you have it, or if you want, I have
No,
it.
go ahead, pull it up because I gotta scroll through their fucking bullshit website.
This is all we got listed at the moment. So Gane versus Volkov, Evloev versus Sterling, and then Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes.
Well, the Nick Diaz fight is on there, and then didn't you say the Clay Guida fight was on here too? So they're not listing everything that's been announced.
No,
but that's par
the web guy's busy. He's slow.
Yeah, he's busy jerking off in the corner,
taking his time.
Yeah, I got time. This hasn't happened for a couple months. I got time. Great, cool. I like how they have a TBD versus TBD coming on November 9th. So I love when they do that.
There's not a main event yet. That's good.
Let me look. UFC Fight Night, TBD versus TBD. Guess what? I think fucking TBD is going to win. Oh, but you have other fighters on here? What the shit? This is what we call the non-ranked fight. You got a 15 versus no one. You got a 12 and a 13. That's what I say, Ingo. Right along. Michael Bisping, I don't know. He's on, I'm assuming it was some podcast. He was riding in the middle. I don't know what that's called. Is that riding bitch in a car? You sit in the middle between 2 other men. Awkward.
Yes.
But he was telling a story about when he fought Chael Sonnen. He said Chael Sonnen hit him really hard. And then he said, momentarily, I was transported. I was in the middle of a field on a bike, riding through a field on a bike, like all these golden flowers everywhere. Then all of a sudden I come back to, and I'm in the fucking octagon taking shots in the face. Like, have you ever heard of that shit? Like someone getting rocked
into another dimension?
Exactly. It almost reminded me of, what was that movie where the guy's dying? Gladiator, and he's laying in the field of fucking wheat or whatever. Yeah. Like maybe Bisping died in the cage. I don't know. You fucking sun hit him so hard. Yeah. That is insane. I've never been hit that hard. I've seen black when I've been hit, but not not gone into a fucking field of roses. And maybe he's trying to push your little daisies and make them come up. He's doing a little wean action on you.
There you go.
Take that. That's a fucking 90s band for you.
Oh yeah.
What else is happening?
The last piece of news I have is okay. So there was this lawsuit that's been going on for quite a
Yes.
while. The Kung Lee lawsuit, the one he's like, running or whatever. And they were originally going to try to settle for like 335 million.
Yep.
And the judge was like, nope,
Not enough.
not enough. But it seems that they have come to some sort of an agreement to 375 million. So it's not that much more, which they're going to pay out over a period of time. And then it's basically the statement from the UFC was, while we believe the original settlement was fair, a sentiment that was also shared by the plaintiffs, we feel it's in the best interest of all parties to bring this litigation to a close. So, I don't know. They're trying to close shit out. I feel like it's not enough money. Like, what
It's
the fuck?
just not. I mean,
It should be like $1 billion or more.
Exactly. It has to be $1 billion. But the problem is there's two separate lawsuits. So they're trying to get the one just pushed out because the challenge to all this is nothing is addressing contracts. Like, this is just monetary. And that's what the UFC wants. They want monetary and no trial. Because if you go to trial, all sorts of shit's going to come out. And they fucking definitely don't want that. Like, already a lot's coming out. But at the end of the day, they're only paying fighters 17, 18% of revenue. Every other fucking organization is paying 50% minimum. And boxing is paying way more than that. But again, boxing, like, that's not good. Like, I don't think you should be going to that extreme. It's like UFC is here, boxing here.
Yeah.
Every other league is in the middle. I think the UFC should be more in the middle, and however you do that.
That makes sense.
But you got to address contracts because you can't just, like, you own my likeness in perpetuity. Big problem. And all the other shit of, like, how long they tie you up and
forever. Blah. And if you lose, they can kick you out anytime.
Right. It was just bullshit.
Perfect like, terms of employment.
It's all you pro UFC and nothing for the fighter. Like, imagine that in the NFL, you didn't like someone, you're gone, we just negate your contract then. Like, what? You got to buy my contract out, motherfucker, if you don't want to not have me fight anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, the good thing is things are progressing, and they're progressing on the side of the fighter. And we just got to hope that the judge isn't too aggressive, because you also don't want to punish the UFC to the point of where you're going to put them out of business. So there's a fine line. Granted, they can probably handle up to $1 billion and they'd be all right. But
I think so. Yeah.
Because who knows what they're worth now? They're probably worth $12 billion.
You think that much? Huh? Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because whenever they were bought before, it was 4. And I would venture, I don't remember when that was, but I'd venture to say you're probably 3 times that now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And speaking of all that other shit, let's pull up some other records. UFC 306. I know they broke a bunch of records, but they also released a bunch more information in the last 5 days. So it says the highest grossing UFC event ever. I think we mentioned that before, at 22 million, beating the UFC 205 Alvarez versus McGregor at Madison Square Garden, November 2016, at 17.7 million. Wow. Highest grossing single event at the Sphere, which is amazing to me, because fucking tickets for U2 were not cheap, but maybe it's because you're buying everything reseller. And I think the UFC was just gouging everyone for like that VIP shit. It was the highest grossing sponsorship sales for a UFC event, and the first UFC event with a title partner, which was whatever that, I don't know, Riyadh, Riyadh season.
Seasons, yeah.
Highest grossing merchandise sales and highest per cap for both a UFC and Sphere event. highest grossing UFC event for on location VIP experience packages. And I saw some of them. Someone posted a video, and I think they bought the ticket. Excuse me. And it was like a $67,000 ticket in a
Wow.
VIP experience. And it didn't look all that special to me. I don't know what they all got, but whatever I saw in the video
Wasn't worth 60,000.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Buy a car or two.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder, they say, Matt.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah. I think if you spend $67,000, you'd enjoy that ticket.
Yeah, there'd have to be a lot of enjoyment.
Yep.
I'd need to be about 30 years younger for full enjoyment of said ticket. I saw this interesting technique. I want to get your feedback on it. This is the Muay Thai fight or kickboxing, whichever one you got. Go on that. Let's share the screen. No sound. Let's try this. So he's catching the kick and then throwing downward elbows on the knee. And then he fucking dead legged him. I don't know. Let's go back to that technique.
You just beat his leg up so bad he couldn't walk anymore.
But the big thing is just dropping the elbow on the knee. So some people were like, "Oh, you're trying to fucking break his knee." But no, he's hitting him in that sweet spot. I mean, that might be right on the kneecap. Maybe that's not the super sweet spot, but
that looks like right on the kneecap.
It seemed effective.
I'm basically gonna destroy your leg. That's my whole plan.
Exactly. Well, it's like the oblique kick, right? Right to the knee that John Jones was always throwing. And I think Rampage was saying he fucking buckled his knee on that.
Really?
And then I just have, do you have anything else? Or I have a handful of other
No,
things.
I actually just have knowledge. No
Okay.
KO.
So this one, I don't know what Connor was doing. He was streaming for probably a partner, and hopefully everyone's okay with me posting this, but he was just getting fucking loco on a stream, and I think there was sound or music in the background, so I can't play this, but this is Connor training hard, right? So he's blasting beers. I'm assuming that's his own, smoking weed. And then he's like, come on, you gotta stay in tight. They come at you, you stay in tight. It's fucking just getting crazy. He's just saying, he's talking shit while he's playing poker online.
Yeah.
And then it's just like any of these fucking fighters, you get them talking smack and then they start shadow boxing, right?
It's epic.
And then he's so wasted. Like, you want me to
happening?
take my glasses off? Look at me. Look at me. I'm not fucked up. Like the smell of cock. What? Can't say
What
that.
is happening? This
I
is
don't know.
Very strange.
That's him training hard. Like he's preparing to fight in 2026. It's got a tweet of the week.
Yes.
This is seems to be perfect for Connor shit. Grab his dick and twist it. That's him and Tyson Fury.
Wow.
Oh my God, this is a boxing fight, dude.
I love it.
You got that one. Let's see what this last one is. I never know. I just put shit in, and it's another Conor McGregor with Eileen Perez. Say, hey, how's it going? Who posted that? Mr. Testosterone on the X.
Good Lord, what a name.
That's right. And then I got a couple KOs. And trying to open everything up here. This one is so fucking brutal. No sound. Okay, we're good. What do you think about this one?
Wow. Shadow KO.
That might be, maybe that's that dim mock. Maybe he gave him the death touch.
Death touch, yeah.
He wasn't even that close. Oh, and I already had the other one dialed up. I don't know why I backed off. This is the Max Holloway. You're like, wait a second. Oh, yeah. Ugh. the video game. I missed the whatever it was THQ version.
Heck yeah.
And right into knowledge, what do you got?
Well, I got the one video, which is basically MMA related because I thought it's crazy. Here's a little Muay Thai clinch training. Check
Now,
this
here we
out.
go, straight to Russia.
With a bear.
Holy shit, man.
Would you do this?
I would if I knew the bear was semi-tame. Just not now, but as a younger man, fuck yeah.
I mean, this is kind of crazy by all intents and purposes because that bear is extremely heavy.
Yeah, and he's gonna fuck your shit up.
What happens if he gets mad? Then what do you do?
Fucking kills you.
That's it.
Well, then you hope the guy standing in the background with the gun just starts blowing him away. I don't know. It seems cool as shit. I'd like to wrestle a bear.
I'm good on that. I'm gonna pass just in case the guy decides I'm his dinner. I'll be like,
yeah.
No, I'm
well,
good. I'm good, Mr.
unless
Bear.
someone kills him, you're not getting away.
No.
And then we can close it on this. I saw this new training technique. Post that. Make sure sound is off. Sound is off. Here we go.
Oh, hey now. Perfect.
This works the core, Ingo. You gotta work the core.
Apparently.
Speaking of which, always have your blue shoe on hand.
Yeah. Never know when you might need it.
That's right. You might need it if you're hanging out at that kind of party.
Absolutely.
Nope. Shut down.
All right. Well, that has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, thanks for playing.